This week on the Reseller Locker Room, shit.
We ain't got shit.
This week on the Reseller Locker Room podcast, we're going to talk about how to find balance between your reselling business and YouTube content creation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Reseller Locker Room, episode number 45. We've got Barry Manilow as a special guest this week. My name is Ben, the Rocky Top Picker, followed by Alex, the Beard King Picker, and Shane from Soda City Flips. Welcome into the locker room, gentlemen. We are back again.
How we doing, man?
Ladies, this is Ben in the 70s before he turned to a rocker. This is what he looked like.
Oh, good old soft rock.
You were hiding that pop on there, wasn't you? You weren't going to tell me about it.
I just did. Surprise.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do need to make note that Chris Easy Pickens is missing from our episode tonight or today, whenever you're watching this. He had a family emergency he had to attend to. He had to drive to Arizona. We wish him and the family the very best. We miss Chris already, so hope he arrives there safely and gets back as soon as he can. I'm sure he'll be back with us next week, so we wish him the best in that situation.
Yep, absolutely. Think about you, buddy.
All right. Well, we had a subject, ladies and gentlemen, that we were going to tackle, but we're going to hold that off till next episode because Chris is not with us. But just to give you a heads up, next episode is going to be how to find balance between your day job, if you're a part-time reseller, how to find balance in your day job versus your reselling business. So Alex and I are full-time. Shane and Chris are both part-time. So we wanted to hold off on that subject to get Chris in here so he can chime in as a part-timer on how he finds balance. So, but this week we're going to talk about this. How to find balance between reselling and content creation. What say you?
Well, first off, I'll just say that this idea, so I wanted to get your guys' opinions because our good friend, Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, had put out a video, or he put out a couple of posts asking for questions. And it was a question I had asked him, how he finds balance between reselling and content creation. We all know, and he's said plenty of times before, that he's more of a content creator these days than he is a reseller. But I know that's not the case for most people. But and you know, this subject may not help everybody who watches us, because I know not everybody has a social media presence, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or whatever. But a lot of people out there do. And I was just curious. I'd like to see comments down below from those of you who have channels and things, TikTok or whatever. Let us know how you balance everything out. For me, it's a lot more difficult because I do have a full-time job, a very demanding full-time job recently. So when I come home, I have to figure out, okay, what do I have time for? Do I have time to get 5-10 things listed? Do I have time to edit a little bit of footage? Things like that. For me, reselling is going to come first because I'm using it as a way to pay debt off. So that's more important to me, which you guys probably can tell because of my consistency in putting out YouTube content. It's not as good as, you know, it probably should be. I'm trying to get better at that. But to me, I have to balance it to where reselling takes up like 70% of the time, if not more. And then YouTube or TikTok or whatever content creation for me has to take you know, the lower step down on the totem pole. It's just not as important. My Monday Night Live, I'll never stop doing that. That's my favorite part of being a content creator, is getting to hang out with my audience and chat with them, and sometimes bring people on. Last night I had Corey from Grams and Pops on, and we had a banging time just awesome show with Corey. I'll never stop doing that. I'll always do that every single week, but I may have to miss putting out a video or two, for a week or two, because I need to grind out my reselling business, because my day job, I got home late or whatever it may be. Like I told you guys backstage, now I have volleyball season going in, so that's going to take up even a little more time from doing that. So I'm going to have to put even more focus on reselling in the evenings. But for me, I know that's what I got to do. I know that's going to be different for you guys because you are full time. You have a little bit more time than I do, a good bit more time, I should say. But yeah, we all have to find whatever balance works best for us, and that's going to depend on your priorities. Whether if you're grinding out trying to become a more popular YouTuber and grow your audience and get more subscribers, and you want to try to make money that way, or do you not care about the YouTube aspect as much and you want to put most of your focus on your reselling business? I'm definitely interested in hearing your two opinions on it.
Well, I have to focus on reselling because that's my job. I don't make any money off content creation. But
yeah,
you said the incorrect answer there, Shane, though, because your favorite part of doing content creation is coming on this podcast every week. And then Monday night, it comes in a second.
Yeah, well, the podcast is something else that, unless you guys get sick of me and decide we've had enough of Soda City Flips, I'm not going to stop doing this either. Like, yeah. I love hanging out with you guys. I love reading the comments from our viewers. I love getting Trash to Cash's money every month. That's probably one of my favorites.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, boys.
Yeah. $10. No, but
we'll take it.
Yeah, between the podcast and my live show, definitely my two favorite things about doing any kind of content creation. I am monetized and I do make a little bit of money, but most of my money comes from super chats and super stickers, and memberships, not from my videos ad revenue.
Views. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my best video to date is not my most recent video, the one I put out prior to the golf club guy, is up to like $11 now. I don't make money off of my videos.
Mm-hmm.
But
as far as content creation goes for me, the only thing I'm consistent at is showing up here on this podcast. I do not think I've missed an episode at all.
You haven't,
right? I haven't missed an episode.
Me and you both haven't.
I mean, I never miss it, even though I don't want to be here. I still show up, guys. But you guys know I've been super inconsistent on YouTube. Got motivated when we did the 127. I almost didn't bring my camera out there. I'm glad I did, just because I have so many memories now caught on, on film to edit. It's fun re-editing and looking back on all that stuff now. So
yeah,
it's hard for me to do content otherwise because I don't go yard selling anymore. So I can't make the yard selling videos. I can only do what sold videos, which get boring, but I'm already pulling the order. So I might as well every week record a what sold video. But as far as like doing yard selling videos, I go to the bins. You can't even film at the bins here. So I got to trying to be creative and think of other ways to do reselling content, I might just have to go yard selling just for content. But
well, I told you could video your bins hauls. You could do
do that. Haul. Yeah, I got one of those coming out. So I just wish you could. I hid my camera in the bins and got a little bit of like B-roll footage, So I'll probably start doing the Goodwill bins haul videos just to make all those bin resellers mad at me because they hate YouTubers and they think it's like a freaking secret that the bins exist and you can get things, for cents on the dollar there. They're a little bit ridiculous. Like, it's not a secret, guys. So chill out.
Yeah, well, that's hilarious.
my take. I started my channel last May of 2023. Is that right? Yeah. With the intent of being laser focused to get to 1,000. Everybody's 1,000 subs, but to get 1,000 subs, get monetized. So I wouldn't call it a fever pitch approach that I took, but I made sure that I put out at least one video a week and tried to stay consistent with that, which I did. I ended up rolling over 1,000 subs this past Thanksgiving and then became fully monetized. But like you, Shane, it's very minuscule. I mean, you know, so how I treat it as a full timer, as a reseller, is I have to spend the majority of my time where it makes me the most money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so, like Alex says, when you're pulling orders, you might as well film it, because that can be content. Now, whether it's popular or not, that's up to the viewing audience. Sometimes what solds do really well. I guess what I've been trying to do, and I'm kind of going off subject here.
Right.
If you look at Commonwealth, you look at Kevin's videos, he does what solds all the bloody time, but he mixes with a topic.
Yeah, he has a topic mix in there. So.
Yeah. Now, that's what I try to do. And that's convenient for me because, I mean, I've got a lot to say. But there again, Shane, and what you were saying, though, YouTube, if you're a reseller and you don't have a YouTube channel, but you're thinking about starting one, I want to tell you, prepare for it to be a slow grind, because that's exactly what it is. You'll gain spurts of momentum through the course of a year if you're consistent in putting out content. But I would tell anybody, stick with put most of your time into what is making you money, because we all need that first. You know, look at YouTube, and your YouTube channel is a long-term, long play investment, and treat it that way. Where reselling, you should be putting as much free time into that as you possibly can. So
yeah, I wouldn't even approach you. I mean, I would just approach YouTube for the community, really, because it is a lonely thing when you're full time. You know, you're just by yourself all day. So, I mean, if it wasn't for me doing my stupid stuff that I do on Instagram, because I pay most of my focus is Instagram. I run 3 different Instagram accounts. Yeah. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be on this show right now, because I'm pretty sure that's where Ben even saw me at, was Instagram. Because my main focus has always been Instagram. I just like that platform and the short form type of content. So now I'm doing that, and the book Instagram, and doing the Reseller Locker Room podcast, or the Instagram account.
Have you? I don't know if you've ever shouted out your book Instagram.
Yeah, it's just Book Dust Media on Instagram, which is, I changed my eBay store to match that, because it's just Book Dust Media.
I think that's a cool name
on eBay
for a book Instagram, bookstagram.
You know, this show is a good example. You know, we gather here and record this show one time a week, and towards the end of this coming September, Alex and I will have done this for a straight year. One show a week. So this shows what a slow grind it can be, unless you have huge followings on social media, like the other 3 from the Crapcast or whatever it's called. They got huge social media followings. So anything they do, that's going to translate over to whatever, you know. It's like the bearded 80YZ guy's got a cooking channel. Well, he's pulling off of trash over to the cooking channel. But the point being,
I will give him, though, his cooking channel is freaking blowing up, dude.
Yeah, but who cooks anymore? It's cheaper to go out.
Man,
everybody but Ben.
Ben sold his oven.
Just saying,
he just needs a microwave.
But a microwave and a air fryer. But anyway, this channel is almost a year old. We're already monetized. It's a slow grind. We give it an hour, 2 hours a week doing this show once a week. This is how you have to put yourself in this mind frame that it's going to be a slow grind if you're going to do YouTube.
And another thing to add to that is how disheartening it can be especially not so much the podcast, but say your own individual channels.
Sure.
You put a lot of hard work into a video and you're super proud of it, and then it doesn't perform well. It can be disheartening, and a lot of people get frustrated and they're just like, all right, YouTube's not for me. You can't think like that. You got to stay positive. You got to keep grinding. Not every video is going to perform well. Some are going to do really well. Some are not going to perform at all. And, you know, like Alex said, it's a very lonely thing to be a full-time reseller. So I can't say that from experience. I've heard so many people say that it is a lone. Mike talked about that a lot when we were in Tennessee.
Oh, you mean the ambassador to the locker room?
Yeah, our ambassador, Mike,
belongs to us guys.
Make the right decision, bro.
He will
make the right decision.
I talked to him last night.
But no,
But anyway.
even he talked about how lonely it can be. So if you're a single guy, Ben, like you, it's got to be even harder for you. So YouTube is a way to, you know, stay in contact with people, make friends, build relationships, and it can bring balance to your life without even realizing that that's what it's doing.
Yeah.
And I read something pretty dang scary. I think it was today or yesterday, and I'm going to screw this up because I don't remember the thing. I think it was heart disease or heart failure. Loneliness is just as bad as smoking cigarettes for like heart failure. It just be the emotions and of loneliness. Like I said, I'm gonna screw this up. However they worded it, it's just as dangerous to your heart as smoking is.
Really?
That's freaking scary, man.
Yeah. Are you for real?
Yep.
Yeah, and then you add eating Hot Pockets for dinner, Ben. So you got smoking, rolls. You're a lonely guy, and you're eating pizza rolls every night. You're definitely dying probably tomorrow.
Damn.
Breakfast of Champions, boys.
But no, so yeah. Don't if you do start a YouTube channel, don't get discouraged. Keep grinding. People will watch and it'll come to you.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe, but it's a good balance if you're only reselling and you do have that loneliness factor in your life. Maybe start a channel and connect with some other people.
Of course, the best way to connect with other people is get yourself to a meetup.
Yeah.
That trumps everything else in my book. Get your eyes on real bodies in front of you. Spend time with people in person. But back to the YouTube thing. If you're thinking about starting one, or you've got a channel going and you're down in the dumps about it because you're so eat up with view results or lack of views, you got to get yourself off the mindset that you make content, whether it be once a week or once every 2 weeks, and throw it out there. Just put it out there like slinging mud on the wall, and over time, some of it will stick. But if you concentrate on, well, I put all this, like you were saying, Shane, I put all this work into this video, put all these special edits, cuts, music, and it's only got 90 views. That's the worst thing you can do to yourself.
You should just record a video every day. Don't edit it at all.
Yeah.
And just throw it
True.
Up there. We know someone that does that.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers.
Add some goats every now and then.
This is what I'm doing here on out. I'm doing one video a week, but you can, out of that one video, you can spread that content, right? So I'm doing a short on Monday morning, a short on Friday, all from the same video. So I use Opus Clip. This is an AI program to make shorts from my full length video. And then you can put that content on Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube as shorts. So filming one video a week, you can still spread that content out to last all week. Yeah. So I can put out something every day on different platforms. So not only can you fail at YouTube, you can fail across the board at all the platforms like I do.
Hey, boys and girls, and all you out there in YouTube land. This is the Turkey Forward Wolfman coming back at you.
with another what sold.
I do have this in the works. We'll see if it happens. I was talking to Ben before we started recording. I don't know if it's going to be a live or just a recorded show.
Oh, I love that freaking
That's
logo,
just
dude.
book talk, which I'm abandoning the reselling. It's not working out for me. I'm moving over to BookTube, just doing book reviews. So see you guys.
Well, I got to say this. I was cracking on Chad, Wolfman Goodies, a.k.a. Mr. Rogers of the reselling world. One thing you can say, number one, he's got a great channel. So, Chad, I'm just harping on you, man. But he's consistent, puts out daily content. It's the same format every bloody time. That's consistent as consistent can be.
Yeah.
How does he get his chair so high and then it just falls to like midget level when he sits on it? Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm just glad he does his episodes with his shirt on. You know,
those are only special episodes, live appearances.
Live appearances only.
That aren't supposed to go live, but
dude, that's rough. I'm telling you. That's rough.
Anyway, yeah, Shane, I'm thinking about doing a book show. I just don't know if I'm going to do it live on Friday nights and bring back my live show, which you guys know my internet sucks, so I'm scared to do it live.
Right.
So it's going to be with me and my wife, since I'm the full-time bookseller. She's a full-time reader. She's up to, I don't know how many books this year. Crazy amount.
Oh, dude, my wife is, every couple of days she's bringing me a book saying, you can have this one now. You can have this one now. You can, and then I sell them. She's on this Colleen Hoover, Coho, if you're cool.
Coho? I haven't heard that. Yeah. I haven't bought some Colleen Hoover books, but I showed them to my wife. She didn't seem to interested in reading that.
Yeah. So there's now a movie out called It Ends With Us, or It Starts With Us. I can't remember. There's a movie out. I think it ends with us. It's a Colleen Hoover story. Lindsay and her sister went and saw it. They both just read the book and went and saw the movie. But she has read so many freaking Colleen Hoover books in the past few months, and she keeps bringing them to me, and I've been selling them in lots, like a lot of 6 for $40 on eBay. And then a friend of mine reached out to me. She knows I have a ton of books. She's like, hey, do you have any Colleen Hoover books? I was like, you know what? Yes, I do. I sent her the 6 I currently have, and she's like, I want those 5. So sold her those. She's a friend, so I cut her a deal, $22. Yeah. And she came to my office and picked them up from me yesterday. But yeah, she's reading like crazy. And I love to read, and I try to read every night. I don't always get to, but she'll read any other time. I would smoke her reading, but because she reads every single night and sometimes multiple times throughout the day, she's reading 3 books to my 1, like constantly, dude.
That's what's going on here, but it's like 6 to 1.5.
She doesn't watch YouTube, but I bet she would be interested to hear at least your wife talking about the book she's reading.
So my wife's got high. Let me grab the book real quick. Highly into like fantasy, kind of romantic-y is what I call that. I'm trying to remember I'll grab the book.
The Moss chick.
The only thing I read are food menus.
The microwave instructions on the back of your
what happened?
Yeah. The only thing I read is food menus.
And I
only read Sarah J. Moss.
Yeah, Moss. So, that's what I said. I said it's going to be the Moss chick because I remember you talking about her.
She read this whole series and then she's on to the second one. She's already like in less than 2 weeks on to like the 4th or 5th book or something crazy. I'm still reading Stand By Me, or The Body by Stephen King. I finally sat down today. I'll like read and then I'll set it down for like 2-3 weeks and then come back. And then I got to start a chapter before to kind of remember what's going on. And
I found it funny. I took a book with me to the 127, like I was going to find time to read.
I brought mine too. Never read it. So
nope, mine stayed in my bag the whole time.
We're planning actually buying the same book together for the show and reading it, and then weekly, like kind of like a book club, and then go over that week or that chapter of the week for the show.
I think that's cool, man. I think that'd be a cool. I think it'd be a good side channel. Like I think that could do really well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to do it on the same channel instead of starting a whole another freaking channel. I mean, I could, but that's starting over.
Media has a good ring to it.
Yeah. Do it, Alex. What do you don't have anything to lose. Do it.
I got time. I'm doing reselling of only books. All my what sold is turning into only books. That's all I sell. So I figured, well, I could do some book reviews, and it would still have the synergy all together with my eBay store and my reselling. You know, with doing book reviews on the channel.
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of people out there that read, and a lot of people are actually in book clubs. I think a free book club online, like YouTube, I think they would freaking dig that, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I watch. There's tons of booktube channels. That's all they do. I'm just trying to mix them together without starting another channel. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'll think about it. I mean, I barely put out one video a week, so I figured I could just do a live show on Friday nights with my wife, and we would just talk about books. And I could still do what sold on that too.
Yeah.
Because the people that are going to listen to the book reviews and what we're reading are probably still going to be interested in what type of books I'm finding and reselling too. That's what I'm thinking.
I found this today at the Goodwill. It's R.L. Stein.
Nice.
Hit and Run.
Edition? Yeah.
I thought Goosebumps and Fear Street was all
children.
Well, no, I guess I thought that was all RL wrote was Goosebumps and Fear Street. I didn't realize, like, this is its own little standalone. It's not. I don't know if you can see that. It's not Goosebumps or Fear Street.
Is it young? Is it young adult or is it more adult? Like, Ben left the show.
It's scholastic. So
he hasn't read. Ben hasn't read a book since kindergarten.
Teenagers. It's a first
when he learned his ABCs.
College, actually.
College.
This is a first.
What did you study in college, Ben? What did you go to college for?
Physical therapy.
Really?
They didn't cover nutrition in physical therapy, right?
No. But I was smart. I didn't finish, so I didn't waste all that money on a bunch of degrees that I don't use today.
Unlike some people.
I started businesses and made money. Because we care. That's my tip of the day. Don't go to college. It's a waste of time, a waste of money. Start your own business. Be an entrepreneur. Dedicate your life to it. You'll succeed.
That's one of the funny things I remember about watching some of Josh and Haley's videos. Like, they'd be out yard selling, and they'd hit up some yard sale that had a kid selling lemonade, and Josh would be like, grow up and work for yourself. Don't work, working for somebody else is stupid. And I'm thinking, dude, their parents are listening to this, and you're basically calling their parents stupid, right to their face.
Oh gosh.
and I'm like, thinking you could have said that better, but I still, every time he'd do it, I'd laugh because I'm like, dude, you're not even thinking about what you're saying.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
All right. Well, we spent about 30 minutes on that. I think that's pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of were all over the place with it, but I think we got our points across.
It's time to do our business.
Sale of the week.
Sale of the week. Ding, ding, ding.
You guys know what mine is.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
I'll go. Well, I screenshotted what I was going to do. I was just going to combine 3 of mine together of $15 sales because that's, all I can sell as the sale of the week.
Hey, it's better than dollar cards, bro.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought this was. So
$1.50.
We got.
Wait a minute.
Excuse me.
International residential code for 1 and 2 family dwelling. $120 book for $1. I will take that all day. Thank you very much.
Holy crap, dude. That's awesome.
$15. You can kiss my butt.
Hey. What you got there, Soda?
I'm about to share my screen.
All right.
There it is.
Let me edit.
Oh,
there it is.
All right, so you guys know, and we talked about this in the last episode. We hit that awesome sale, and I came across a stack of records that I picked up for $40, $8 in each record. This is the last sold auction was $2,000, and I'm going to explain this as simple as I can so the trash to cash guys understand, since it seemed to confuse them.
You got this on the fishing trip, right?
In the episode. Yeah, this was on the fishing trip.
Mm-hmm.
I paid $8 for this. I could have listed it for $1,500. The one that sold for $2,000 was in better condition than this one, and it came in the original shrink wrap. It wasn't sealed, but it had the original shrink wrap. That makes it worth more. The way I had to look at this was, if I listed this for $1,500, the guy that's willing to spend $1,500 on this record is probably willing to spend the extra $500 to get the much better condition one. So do I list it for $1,500 and potentially wait 2 to 3 years for the right buyer to come along? Or should I just throw it up for auction, let it go because I only got $8 in it, and see what happens? And dude, the messages I got from the guy who bought this afterwards,
that's cool,
were amazing. Absolutely amazing. I don't even know how he found out I had a YouTube channel, but the first message said, "Dude, this is so amazing. Thank you so much for because I'd already printed the shipping label. Thank you so much for shipping it so fast." This was within just a few hours of it selling. And he paid right away. He's from the UK. He paid $133 in VAT fees on top of shipping. So he's in for $800 on this record. But yeah, he's like, "Dude, you got a new subscriber. What an amazing flip. You know, I've been looking for this album for a long time." So this dude was extremely happy to get this album at such a good price. I'm extremely happy because I made $583 on an $8 purchase. After all fees and everything's done, I made $583.
That's awesome. Awesome.
That's why I didn't list it for $1,500, because the potential, like I said, if I'm going to spend $1,500 on something, but for $500, I'm a collector. For $500, I'm going to buy the more pristine copy,
sealed. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to think like that, and I could potentially be waiting years for somebody to go, "Yeah, I'll spend $1,500 on this record."
Right.
And I knew I was going to make a killing on it regardless by throwing it up on auction.
Since he paid so much extra to get it from, overseas, or you should definitely throw in some beaver nuggets in the poly mailer with this record.
Yeah, and by the way, for anybody who's asking, I put this in a record mailer. First, I wrapped the record itself as many times as I could where it would still fit in the record mailer, but the record mailer was like the multi-bendy one that could be different sizes.
13 by 13 by 1.
Yep, I wrapped that thing like 4 or 5 times and bubble wrap both directions. Then took that, put it in the mailer. Then I wrapped the mailer. Yep. Then I wrapped the mailer in bubble wrap like 5 or 6 times. Then I boxed that up with more bubble wrap in the box, and like it's gonna get to him and he's gonna be happy. Unless,
awesome.
It's international, so it's got to go to the eBay hub first. So hopefully they don't screw anything up. But
yeah, but if they do, it's off your shoulders.
It is, but I'll feel terrible because this dude was so cool in his messages he was sending me last night. I'd feel terrible for him. But, he was super happy. I'm super happy. That's my sell of the week.
Well, that's amazing flip.
Yeah, I thought so.
At first I agreed with those other guys because I would have put it for $1,500, but what you just explained does make sense looking at it that way. I mean, because me being a collector, I would just spend the extra $500, buy a brand new one sealed if I could find it.
Exactly.
I'm going to buy it to collect it.
The more I thought about it, I was like, it just makes more sense to throw it up on auction and see what happens. Dave did make a good point. He was like, Coca-Cola flips or whatever he called me. He's like, he has a good paying full-time job. he doesn't need the $1,500. He's probably throwing it up on auction just to see what happens. And that's part of it. Like that, that's part of the thrill of throwing something up on auction. You never know what it's going to do. But at the same time, I had to try to think like a collector. And to me, it made more sense to just throw it up on auction and let it go for what it goes for. I knew I was going to make money.
Cool. All right. Mine's a Canon Power Shot. Gave $1 for this. Of course, after all the fees, taxes, whatever, $41.97. Plus another camera, a Sony Handycam sold behind this one for more than that. But point being, you could really not spend a lot of money and make a lot of profit.
Yeah.
Dollar a camera.
When you're buying cameras, it says tested. So do you carry around different cords to test different electronics?
I carry different camera batteries.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And some of them are power pack batteries that come attached to the camera that I don't have a charger for. So I'll sell those and list untested, don't have a charger. But if these are battery operated ones, yeah, I'm testing them and taking pictures of them with them on. Like this one's on because it's got the lens extended out on it. And when you turn it off, it closes back in.
No. I mean,
so,
I picked up a digital at the bins, but it didn't work apparently. I sold it and then got sent back. So
a lot of cameras have this style battery.
Yes.
And K-Star, I don't have a link for it or anything.
Yeah.
Anyways, K-Star, this camera takes forever.
Oh, okay.
This is a universal one, so it'll charge multiple different types of batteries.
Yeah.
I think J-Ride put me onto this.
I probably have one of those somewhere.
This particular battery was for a Canon something Cyber, or I think Cyber is Sony Power Shot, like yours, Ben, probably something similar to that. But that battery, so I don't send the batteries. I'll buy the battery for the camera if it doesn't come with one. I'll buy the battery because the K-Star ones are super cheap. So I'll buy it and just keep it. Now I have that one for whatever camera it was I sold. I have more somewhere, but that one's right here because I recently tested one. But, I think Alex is frozen.
Oops. It's like this one, a Minolta. Hold on, let me add him back in. This one's like, it's a Minolta, and it's got this lens, and it has another lens that goes with it. And, I mean, $1. And it has this battery pack, Shane.
Oh, yep.
And I can buy these. The 2 CR5s is what these actually are. But they're so expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I could put the money into it and get fresh batteries, but I'm just going to put untested, don't have batteries, because this is not a digital one anyway. It's one of those film 35 millimeter films. But yeah, I mean, I test what I can, and then I let the rest roll untested. Okay. Find of the week. Are we prepared?
I'm prepared.
This is my first time doing the show, so I'm not prepared, but there's a lot of things around me, so I'm going to grab something.
Well, let me show you that. Let me show you guys this, because I was tickled to find these, and I only gave 50 cents a piece. So let me show you. Look at that.
Nice.
Bleach.
Original shrink, but opened. But the paper sleeve and the record is like near mint. I thought that was pretty cool.
What is the pressing? Did you see what pressing it is?
Not yet.
So there.
White Snake, nice.
I got that 7-inch of that.
Same deal. This is, however, this is missing the paper insert, but the album is, I mean, there's not a, I mean, it's mint.
That's a good album.
Check this, dude. Look, original Hotel California.
Nice.
1978 or 6.
Heck yeah.
This.
That's a good one. If that's a first pressing, that's a really good one.
Yep.
Got to do research on that.
I've got to still do the. Well, if it's first pressing, I know it's really good money. If it's they made an error one in this too. So I saw on eBay where an error sold between $200 and $300 if you have the one that's got an error. So I've got to research this thing. The only problem is it's got a little tear right here.
Oh, the corner's pretty messed up too.
Yeah, the corners. And then double album Prince.
Nice.
The hits.
Has it got Darling Nikki on it?
It's got Dirty Mind. No, it don't have that one.
Oh, that's a good
one. But
one.
It has Delirious, Little Red Corvette, I'll Die For You, Raspberry Beret, Kiss, You Got the Look, Sexy MF, Cream, Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
50 cents a piece.
Your Nirvana record looks like this book that I just sold with my dog chewed up. Look at that corner.
Gosh.
This is like a $50 book. When I sold it for still $40. All right. I found this. I don't know if I've showed this before. How to tell if your cat is plotting to kill you.
Nice.
It's not worth anything. It's just funny. And it was sitting next to me. This is my find of the day. Disappearing out Dorset. I don't know if you can see this artwork in here. But let me just show one more picture here. Cats love giant beards.
He just blended right in. Good for camouflage.
The back of this book, it has a ginormous poster. Let's see. I don't want to tear it out.
Wow.
But, you could. This is all the signs to look for if your cat is going to kill you or not. This is all the signs to look out for here.
Sleeping on your electronics.
Yeah, I just thought it was a funny book. Right.
Well, there'll be a cat lover that'll buy that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's probably eBay book. I know it's not worth anything on Amazon, but that was pretty funny.
All right. What you got,
Shane? All right. So Alex asked earlier what my name tag thing was about being the baseball bat bro. So if you saw my Instagram story tonight after work, it was like 5:15. I went to Goodwill and I found this Louisville Slugger Xeno Plus.
Nice.
This I paid $4.99 for it. I did hit it. It was covered in red clay, baseball clay or softball clay. I took the magic eraser to it, got it looking very, very good. It is peeling here. But that's all right. Most people that buy used bats are going to replace this anyways, the grip tape. But this thing comps for all day long $75 plus shipping. So that's my find. Well, that's not my find of the week. That's leading me to my find of the week and why I'm now a baseball bat pro. So my neighbor, this is also a good reason to make sure your family and friends know what it is you do for a living or as a side hustle. My neighbor sees me outside. I sold golf club today. So I was outside trying to get a box out of my shipping shed. And my neighbor sees me and he walks over. He's like, "Hey, man, you want a bat to sell?" He said, "I saw your Instagram post. This dude gives me this. It's still brand new. There's a tag from Dick's Sporting Goods here. This is a Rawlings Icon Carbon Drop 3 baseball bat. Brand new. This thing is super, super clean. I looked it up. It's a $400 bat brand new at Dick's Sporting Goods right now."
Wow.
He tows cars for a living, and sometimes they get abandoned cars and stuff, and after a while, people don't pick them up. They get to claim them and sell them or whatever. He found this in one of them, and he's like, "Hey, man, you want a bat to sell? I found this in a car."
Jeez.
$400 bat. It's brand new, but it's got a small, very, very small minute. You probably can't even see it right there where my fingertip is.
Just a little nick.
There's a little nick, and because of that, I'm gonna probably have to list this as pre-owned and ask, like, they're going for like $200 used. So
Wow.
free. That's my find of the week, and I didn't pay a thing for it.
That's
So
awesome.
shout out my neighbor Hunter. Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Hunter, if you have any books, send them my way.
Yeah.
All right. Shane, I'm going to let you do the comment of the week, but while you're pulling that up, I'm gonna...
pathetic sell.
Oh, we want to do that now?
Well, it's the one segment that I'm always prepared for.
Well, to some people, pathetic sale is anything under $15.
Yeah.
Well, then all his sales are pathetic.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a really good one.
Okay.
Guide to Understanding Money and Investment. Sold for $450, promoted at 3%. But check out the listing. I didn't notice. Free shipping. Cost me $480 to ship it, I think, or $465 or something. Yeah, so it was an older book. I put it on sale and didn't realize it had free shipping because I used to a long time ago do free shipping.
Merry Christmas on that one, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna share my screen again for mine, Ben. And this is the one I was telling you about before we went live, Alex. This is a William Faulkner vintage set. He's written As I Lay Dying, which Alex will know is the name of a heavy metal band.
I'm like, okay, I know
that book is in here, but it's 3 paperbacks. And when I picked this up, I only paid $1 for it at a yard sale, but I thought it was going to be better. I didn't comp it, but it's William Faulkner. It's he's a very popular.
Watch your language, please.
OG. And I thought it was going to be at least $20-25. It's not. It's literally like a $12 set. But I've had it listed for a while, and tonight, right before we went live, I got an offer for $10 plus shipping, and just accepted it.
That's who's it?
You guys know I had a freaking killer week of sales this week.
Yeah.
This is my worst sale by a long shot, man. Everything just smoked this sale this week.
Well, William, he is a Faulkner.
He's a Faulkner.
A Faulkner. Let me find mine.
My cat is coming up behind me to kill me. I hear him coming downstairs. You're not allowed in the basement.
Yeah,
cat.
He's coming to kill you.
Jeez.
Golf club head cover. Where? There we go. $7.
This is not the one that was returned back to you once already, was it?
No.
This
is you know what? Adam's golf pretty well kind of sucks. Adam's. I've got a ton of these Adam Golf Club head covers, and they're long tail, but anyway.
Some of their clubs can do okay if you get them for the right price. I don't know anything about the head covers, but I do come across the club sometimes, and I've sold a handful of them for between $30 and $40.
Yeah,
they're not top of the line, but they don't do too bad if you can get them for $1 or $2.
So $16 and some change, and then after fees, taxes, $7.67. Yeah. So that would be mine.
And you got next to nothing in those, right? Because you bought so many.
That was a bulk buy I did last May, and I'm still selling them. I mean, I had like 32 cents in each head cover.
Yeah, so $7.67. Hey, that ain't bad on a 32-cent buy.
That's right. Well,
right.
I want to thank our MVP members, the ambassador to the locker room, the one and only Mr. Mike Camparelli. And here's what I'm going to do, guys. I am going to ship off a webcam to Mike. And when we record, I want him to be on cam, but I'm going to have him in a tiny video box down in the corner like a bouncer. And he's just going to sit there and just smile in the camera. That's all he's going to do. We're just going to have him. We're just going to have him there on every show. So, Mike, I'm sending you a webcam. Keith, Vintage Sports Flips, check out his channel on YouTube. I'll be appearing on his show. We're recording it tomorrow night. Not sure when he airs that, but I'll be guest starring with those guys. We're going to talk about. Oh, is it?
It's a live show. Yep. So tomorrow night,
live?
It's a live show.
What time? What time is it? I'll check that out.
Okay. Well, anyway, I will be on the live on Vintage Sports Flips channel. We're going to talk about historically the greatest college football teams historically. That's what we're going to be discussing and pondering. And
isn't that Alabama?
That has to be UT Vols. You know that. But anyway, Rick and Maryland.
It's a draft show, so be ready to draft your pick.
Yeah. Rick in Maryland, we want to thank him being an MVP member. Then we got to get to our Skybox members. Wolfman Goodies, he's got a YouTube channel. Trash to Cash podcast, if they don't make sense half the time. But Flipping for Laughs, Mary McQueen, Goodwater Pickers, and Captain Morgan Riverboat Adventures is our new Skybox member.
That sounds like an adventure I'd be interested in.
Is there videos on that channel? I got to check that out.
Yes, he does.
Can we get some free tickets? And free refills on the boat?
Let me tell you something, fellas. I'm going to get to know this guy. And next summer, if we could coordinate a trip to where we go to where he is, and we're going to go rafting on the river with his company, the Captain Morgan Riverboat Adventures, I think that would be great for us to get out there and
I'm down.
That'd be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to our paid member that quit. You know who you are.
Oh, yeah, you know who you are. Loser. But anyway, comment of the week, Shane.
Holy moly. It's a comment. All right. This is going to be from our good buddy, Mike Metco, Mike Camparelli. Probably the greatest comment we've ever received.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Guys, strap in. This is going to be a long one. Mike says, what can I say? Best meetup I've ever been to? Yes, for sure. Coolest roommates ever? Absolutely. You guys treated me like a king. Great opportunity to meet fellow resellers. No doubt I made new friends that will last a lifetime. Mary was so cool. And then he adds, Mary, Mary. That's Beastie Boys reference. Run DMC.
Run DMC.
And he says, Mary was so cool, and son Joe was a true gentleman, and he showed us all the importance of loving your mother. You made me cry, Joe. And then there was Woody, nutty, lovable Woody with a heart a mile wide. So glad to have met you. Of course, there was Jason Luck, the most interesting person I met there. What a wealth of picking talent. Learned so much from you, bro. And willing to do anything for anybody. Thanks again for shipping my finds back home to me. It was a privilege meeting Caleb and Josh, the two old guys, who made us all feel at home at Caleb's home and also at the meetup. Great food and a lot of it. And of course, meeting all you locker room dudes, Ben, Alex, and Chris. It was a real treat. And getting to see you again, Shane, was something I was looking forward to because I knew I would be able to spend much more time with you than when I originally met you in Orlando last year. Then he says, other highlights. Who knew bowling would be so fun? Guess it was the company. And then the picking was awesome. Some very interesting items at the tent cities, even though it was expensive. Enough garage sales to last a year. My favorite sale, or rather non-sale, was the golf guy who didn't want to sell anything. Which you guys, I just put a video out. Go watch that. Nobody got Mike's experience with this guy on camera, and it's very unfortunate because, oh my gosh, this would be YouTube gold. This dude had 4 head covers for $3 a piece. So I asked him for a bundle price, and he said 15 for the 4. The math didn't add up, so I asked him why. His answer was priceless. He says, well, these are my better head covers. The thing was, he only had 4 head covers in total. So the man only had 4 head covers. He had them listed for $3 a piece, but when Mike tried to buy them, he wanted 15 for the 4. Mike's like, well, 4 times 3 is 12, and he's like, well, these are my better ones. I wish somebody could have got that on camera, but anyways, Mike says, hilarious. My best find of the week, the vintage perfume bottle I got for $20 that I have listed for 360. Let's go. And then he says, and the partying. Now, I'm a stoner from way back when, but to be honest, it's been a while, a long while since those days. But this week, it was just like the old days. Thanks, Chris, my corrupter. LOL. Love you, bro. I felt like a kid again. And then there was the after party, which ended up being 5 after parties, by the way. I won't comment about them. You had to be there to believe it. All in all, a very enjoyable, rewarding experience, not to be forgotten anytime soon. All I can say is I cannot wait until next year. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for an awesome experience. Mike from New York. And let me just tell you, Mike, the feelings are mutual, brother. Everybody loves you, man. I'm sorry about the bad influences at the reseller locker room house. But you did have fun, buddy. We got it all on camera. We saw you laughing and having a good time. But what a great comment, man.
Yeah.
Like he literally brought everybody into that comment. Everybody he met, he brought into that comment. That was so cool.
Yeah. Now he does, when he called me on the phone last night, guys, I forgot to tell you this. He has dubbed a new name to us, and it's exactly what I had said when we were at the Airbnb. He sees us now as the official reseller mafia, and he is the godfather because he's the ambassador. That's what he said. So, that's how he's going to refer to us now. So anyway. But yeah, we love you, Mike. And dude, can't wait to get together again for sure.
Yep, for sure.
All right.
Hey, maybe it'll be in Vegas if we can all pull it off.
If we can pull it off, man, I'm telling you.
That is too quick, man. Too quick.
It's going to be tough. I had a phone conversation with Archie, and I told him, like, dude, I really want to, but it's going to be tough. Like my daytime job has been rough the past couple of months, and it doesn't seem to be lightening up anytime soon. So it's going to be tough for me to get away that quick again. But, maybe I get lucky and I can get out there just for the weekend or something. We'll see what happens.
Cell tower guy.
Yeah, I'm the cell tower guy. Coca-Cola flips.
Coca-Cola flip. Well, better than Pepsi.
True that.
All right.
Pepsi's too sweet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I agree. Even
Coke
the sugar-free ones.
Coke Zero is the choice,
Yeah, I'm drinking sugar-free tea, sweet tea. I don't know if I told you guys about that sweetener I found. It's called like something Mountain. I don't know. It's a bottle, looks like an old school ketchup bottle, but it's clear, so you can see the liquid inside. But I'll have to get you the name of it, but it's a liquid sweetener, and you just put, like, for per gallon of tea, you put 4 tablespoons of this stuff in there, and it's like a gallon of sweet tea. But it's actually pretty dang good too, and it's like $3 a bottle. It's cheap.
That's awesome. Do you know what the key thing was that Mike said in his comment that stood out to me over all of it?
That he loves Beard King Picker the most.
Yeah. Well, that, and in addition to this is the best reseller event he's ever been to.
Yeah.
The after party? Was that the event? Or the bowling?
Or the meetup. The meetup was great, but
it was like 3 different meetups in one, though.
Yeah.
Pick 'em the
Overall,
Plateau
though.
meetup, bowling meetup, the house
Yeah.
party meetups every night. It's a lot of meetups in one
Yeah.
meetup.
It was a killer week. That's all he could say. It's going to be now. I'm granted. I've only ever been to 2 reseller meetups, and I enjoyed the hell out of both of them. But that's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I don't think
That's going to be tough to beat.
I'll be honest, I don't want to go to any others because it'll just be a letdown based on the bar we've set. I mean, seriously.
The one where they did on the boat looked pretty fun. Like everyone was having a good time at that. I don't know what.
Yeah, but that was only one night, Alex. That was only one night, man. We banged that thing 5 nights in a row, dude.
Yeah, it was beat up after that.
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
Well, I to be honest with you, I really want to get out to Omaha for the Planes to Profit.
Yeah,
because there's so many people out there that I want to meet.
Yeah.
Is that Nebraska?
Yeah.
Isn't that in Wayne's World where they go on their thing? We're in Nebraska. Is that the town they're talking about? And they don't know what and Wayne, they don't know what to do.
God, I haven't seen that movie since it came out.
Yeah. That's funny.
Cool. All right. Y'all have a final word?
My basement flooded last night.
Huh? Did we lose his mic?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Anyways, my air conditioning was leaking. It's right above, like the doorway here, in between this room and the storage room. The air conditioning was out for like 3 days, so they plugged it back in. Apparently, the guy hit something where the water concentrate, builds up to the air conditioning. It was all built up. He knocked something loose, so it started pouring down here. I came down here, and it was a puddle on both sides of the room, all over my records, at the bottom of my records.
Oh, no.
Yep.
That sucks.
But no books were injured in this event.
That's good.
That is good.
Get everything away from that, dude. If you can.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
The banana run, the banana runts, those are the best.
They are the
Right?
best.
Y'all have a drink?
And Howler Head is being requested, or my local liquor store is trying to get it for me now.
Oh, really?
On the count of 3, we're going to holler. Hold on. On the count of 3, we're going to holler and swaller. You got it?
What the?
1,
Are you gonna hop
2, 3. Holla!
Holla!
No one did it.
Swallow!
I've
This
never
has
heard
been
of
the
that in my life.
Reseller Locker Room. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Shane and Alex and myself, we miss you, Chris. Get back soon. We cannot wait to see you next time right here. Don't watch that backwash.
Octula.
Right here in the locker room. We can't wait to see you. Uploads Thursday, 9 a.m. Don't miss it. Click the join button. Join the locker room with us. We love to see you here each and every week. Peace and love. We're out of here.